Discretion is advised.
Happy Monday, you are listening and or watching PWNCAST. This is episode 147. We are in patch 7.1.5. Tonight, we are going to be talking about all the random news in the WoW universe. There's a lot of just rando news, nothing really serious this episode. It does include Mischief the Kitty making the Make-A-Wish Foundation tons of money for the charity. Blizzard Q4 numbers are in, as well as a recap of last year's entire goings-on within the Blizzard world as far as numbers, subscribers, and stuff like that. We have that and much, much more, so make sure you guys stay right here.
You have crossed into the world of the dead in search of answers.
Amongst the Azeroth elite, there is a group that defies convention. A group that stands in the face of trolls and doesn't flinch. A group that strives on unity, trust, and unwavering resolve. A group that eats tacos. For the players, by the players, we bring you. She can start a revolt with a Chaos Bolt, Bell, the PWNCAST Vanguard. The wolves whose howl can signal death's coming, Lycan. Snap back and get faster for the pet battle Grandmaster, Gemma Banks. He's sharp as a dagger with that dapper swagger, Secret Sauce. We bow to no one. We are Legion. We are PWNCAST.
You know, I thought we were going to have the intro done this week, but it's not quite ready as Remedy's voiceover is being recorded, and my lovely gentleman that does the recording, his name is Isaac, he is moving, so that didn't make it super convenient, and I know what it's like to move, so I haven't bothered him about it. But we will be adjusting the intro as soon as possible to reflect the good things in life. Now, these guys all look so well dressed and well groomed and so ready to just party. We're all wearing the same shirt except Remedy because he has to just go and be different. Remedy's, why are you...
That's his 90s shirt.
Is it the Jiraxis one?
You face Jiraxis. Yes. The Eredor Lord of the Burning Legion.
Well, we
Can you say with more energy?
We're team players.
You face Jiraxis.
Oh, fuck, yeah. The energy's all there. Thanks, Remedies.
Yeah, I know. Thanks for that pick-me-up. Well, I did bring the Riders of Rohan with me. I did bring the monk who thinks he's the man because he completed a Mythic plus 10. Gemma Banks, you did a Mythic plus 10?
Yeah.
Did you heal it?
I did heal it, and I did a 7 like a couple ones before that, and I realized if you overheal, you'll kill your team, so they definitely corrected or told me that.
Is that a modifier? Is overhealing? It's a modifier?
Yeah. So, and because I'm such a noob, Sauce probably and Remedies can explain it a lot, but each week is a different.
Well, it's each keystone, right? Isn't it the keystone that has the modifier?
Each week has different bolsterings. So
yeah. So the very first Mythic we did was a Mythic 2 or a 4, and the tank usually in Maw of Souls will run to the first past everything and group everything, and we will kill it. But this week we couldn't do it because of the bolstering or whatever it was this week. So at first I'm like, why is this tank?
Oh, where you can't AoE and stuff.
Well, yeah. So, but yeah,
each mob that died would give the other mobs basically heroism, and then the next one would die and give them some more heroism.
Yeah.
So then
that happened in Neth. Yeah.
So I wanted to try more difficult ones, and then I got my wish, and I was very scared and focused and quiet the whole time. And
but what 10 was it? Which 10?
Oh, I've only done Maw of Souls in the last 2 weeks. Yeah, I've just been grinding artifact power. So we 2-chested it, so it was good. Nice.
The only one I absolutely hate on a Mythic Plus is, which one is it, Remedies?
Halls of Valor.
Halls of Valor.
Really?
I just hate it because it's...
Just did that a little bit ago.
It seems so long, and it's just not something I jive with just in general. I don't even like it on regular. It's cool, and it's a cool concept. I just don't... I don't know.
It was a plus 2, and she's like, no.
Yeah, I literally was like, I would rather stick my head in an oven. That's not...
That and Ivashara, just because of
Ivashara.
that. The fish polymorph.
Love Ivashara. Favorite dungeon.
No, I'm spoiled. My friend literally just he's the leader of the group, and he just runs and looks for groups, and we just join any maw that we can get in that they'll accept us. So
that's pretty cool. Well, hey, you healed, and you deserve a cookie.
I do want a cookie. Yeah.
Or a spicy chicken sandwich.
No more spicy chicken.
I'm still waiting for mine.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't you go get one?
I mean, I live right by my Girl Scout, but he had to have his Girl Scout ship.
Cookies. Oh,
We have
I thought he meant
we have the same Girl Scout. Ella actually is our Girl Scout.
Keebler Elfie, me.
He had to get his ship because obviously she's here.
She's our dealer, yeah.
But the little kids outside of the bashes try to catch me slipping when me and my husband went to the store last week, and because it's obviously it's Girl Scout season, so they're at every grocery store. So the little girl was like, "You want to buy some cookies?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, I already have a Girl Scout, and she is ruthless. So if I buy from somebody that's not her,
she'll know you shopped elsewhere too.
She'll cut me, and she'll know, right? Because my quantity would go down. So, but I did also bring the priest who finally conquered Suramar. I am so proud of you. Hashtag fan favorite. Secret Sauce.
Oh my god.
You got
awful.
Insurrection.
It was so bad. But
why was it bad?
Because I hate the damn place. Can't stand it. So I was like, you know what? I'm sick. Belle's sick. Let's just knock out Suramar. Insurrection, here I come. And I got a lot of order resources. Did all the world quests.
A lot of AP from the Suramar stuff gives you a lot of AP for completing those quests.
It did, yeah. Mm-hmm. So Shadow Artifact is 36. Not that it's a big deal.
Hey, but, it is a big deal in some universes.
It is, but so now the only quests I have left now to do are the 20 shards and kill Trilliax and Elisande.
Have you been mixing and matching then your DPS and heals? Like, I know you play like everything now, but
I did initially, but since I was trying to get this damn world quest for the hidden appearance for my holy skin, I had to do all those damn world quests as holy.
Oh, right.
Awful.
So you got it now? The skin?
Yeah, I got the skin, but I'm like 200 kills away from the honor kill one, so I'll end up getting that later.
Oh, look at you being a little go-getter.
You know, I've seen everybody with their mount, I wanted to get my mount too, from Gul'dan, so might as well.
Yeah, it's true. You really want that.
Yeah, it was worth it. It was fun. Still no more legendaries, but I mean that's to be expected. So
I'm gonna get one soon. I feel
there's a website that has this kind of like ratio.
It's a lie. I'm going to talk about that in my segment.
Okay.
I talked about it last week, and I told everybody I was going to test it this week. It's a lie.
It's a lie.
I should
the
have
kill points. The kill points thing that I talked about last week. Yeah, it's.
Does that mean you lied to us, or you?
No, I had told.
Remember,
I had told everybody last week that I would test it. I didn't feel comfortable telling anybody about it unless I had personally, but I did test it, and it is a lie. I mean,
nice.
the thought process behind it might.
It's nice. It gives you an idea where you should be. However, like it says, my hunter should have 3. No, I wish. No. Yeah. So.
Well, it says how many my hunter should have, but yeah, or my hunter and my. What the hell is she? The tiny one. My monk. Yeah, but it is a lie, but it is.
You got one on your monk now?
Mm-hmm, I got one on every alt.
The healer spec or
the heals.
What one did you get again?
I don't remember. I bragged about it though.
I don't recall.
I was pretty happy about that. My eye just twitched. Did you guys see that? No.
It sure did.
I did.
Lack of oxygen to your face.
I could feel it. I'm getting old, guys. That just is what it is. I did also bring the paladin who rudely discouraged Jimma Banks from trying to attempt to get the love rocket because he kind of insinuated that, Jimma Banks writing it might be a little, feminine.
Oh, he took it that way.
He loves love rockets.
I rewatched the show and Donovan made fun of me. I was too excited over the love rocket, so I was like, nope, I don't want it.
So, wait, you got excited over the love rocket?
Well, yeah, when you rewatch the episode, you're like, go get your love rocket. This is his intro and I'm yapping.
That seems I got too excited. Me like it might be a little feminine that you got excited over the love rocket. And I'm not judging, right? This is a circle of trust.
He might want to hop on a love rocket.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he does.
Big pink one.
I attempted it one time and I didn't get it, so good luck to you all.
You attempted to ride it one time and you didn't get it. Sometimes it takes multiple attempts before you learn how to properly ride the love rocket, Jimma.
That's right.
Some people go their whole lives trying to figure it out.
Maybe remedies can teach me.
Never do.
Ew.
Oh, the innuendo is so real, ladies and gentlemen.
I could teach you, because I own it. Just saying.
Nice.
You do own it. Okay,
Gotta
so
own it.
Mischief the Kitty. This goes for the in-game pet and the plushie because I don't think a lot of people knew that the plushie also went, the proceeds went to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So, even though Belle didn't really like the plushie because it wasn't the same color as the in-game pet, and I thought that was kind of lame. But, I mean, it's cute, and that's cool. And for those of you who got it, you know, kudos. But, yeah, so $2.5 million is what we raised for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Now, for those of you who don't know what the Make-A-Wish Foundation is, kids that have very serious and terminal illnesses get to have a wish granted to them. And this foundation makes it happen. So, I feel like sometimes I would like to go join the Make-A-Wish so that my wish could be granted. But it's...
You gotta be dying.
Yeah, you have to be very terminal, and it makes children's dreams come true all over the world. So,
What about my dreams?
we don't count because
Yeah, we're
you know
We're doing pretty well for ourselves.
Yes.
We're
you know that.
normal.
thank you, Gemma. You said it a lot better than what I was
it
about
could
to say.
be, you know, yeah. We don't need Make-A-Wish, right? We make our dreams happen every day.
We just do it.
We do.
And in the Warcraft community for
Make
like all
our
the
dreams
little
come
things,
true.
right? All the things that you can buy. Like I mentioned this a couple episodes. Everyone goes crazy to buy everything for every Blizzard game. So you know, it's good that I see people also get excited to donate to Make-A-Wish.
I don't buy a lot of Blizzard things.
I think it's
No?
great
Yeah,
that
you do.
I think it's great that Blizzard does
what,
that.
What Blizzard thing have I bought lately? Nothing.
I don't.
I'm pretty sure. Oh, maybe that was Remedies who just got a jacket with breathe holes in the armpits, which was it was quite a sight to behold.
I didn't know they had the breathing holes on them.
Oh, he
Kinda
really
weird.
did? I thought you were poking fun at Sauce's jacket. Did Remedies buy a jacket?
Yeah, it's behind him,
A
and it
while
has
ago
it has
now, yeah.
breathing
Oh,
holes. It has breathing
I
holes.
thought that
in
was
it.
Yeah,
a
it's-
sweater. My bad.
Does it? Oh, it's that adventure one.
Yeah,
Call
they
that
have
a
like
sweater
little
in
grommets
Canada.
that like allow it to breathe,
I don't really know what a grommet is, but
which
it
it makes sense, but it
It's
doesn't
Wallace's
make sense at the
dog.
same time.
right. It's Wallace's pet snail.
Stupid.
God damn it, Jim. Sometimes he's so funny that I just can't put into words the funny. Boy, do I feel much better this week, guys. I watched.
Good.
Did you guys watch
You
the
look
episode
better.
last week? It was awful. You could just see the just giving up on life in my face last week. It was just
You're like,
I put 2 humidifiers in my bathroom. One was hot and one was cold, right? One was the cold mist and one was the hot mist. I put them in my bathroom.
Oh,
I closed the bathroom so that it would like create like this sauna effect. And I took like 12 different kinds of medication. I strapped a hot towel to my face while sitting in a hot bathtub with steam in this room that I created with these 2 different humidifiers, pumped full of drugs. I mean, it was a bad
full of what?
oh, you're
scene.
messing with LSD. Shit.
It was a bad scene. I was sending Remedies pictures of my face with toilet paper in it. Every day he would ask me if I was okay, and my response would just be a picture with toilet paper stuck in my
Everyone's getting sick too. Like Sauce said, he is, and
It's
I
the-
get
Still
all.
sick.
It's the climate change. The climate change will bring on allergies, so the allergies will make it worse. But yeah, the climate change, especially where we live, because we're West Coast, the climate change is so finicky that one day
Yeah.
it's hot and one day it's cold. It'll.
I couldn't believe how cold it was in Vegas and Arizona around this time of year. I was
in my whole
shocked.
house that got sick. Nobody else got sick.
What?
Nobody
Really?
else got sick. I was literally the only one. There was no one else that was sick in this house. My son maybe had a sniffle for a day, but I'm the only one, and I'm by far the healthiest person in this house.
And we mentioned Remedies. You know, he buys a lot of stuff. Sauce, I'm pretty sure you can't afford to go to BlizzCon next year because you spent like $1,000 in pins or something.
Oh, pins? I thought you were going to say beds.
this is the pin master.
$300 maybe.
No, for real?
But that was pins
I
and
was
Cuba
joking.
deadlies and stuff like that. So
Sauce, like I'm
Still don't
I've
get the
known
pin that we
Sauce
wanted,
for a
though.
while, right? Sauce is buying like everything up at BlizzCon, and then he's just got like the ultimate collection. And I would see him
I
like
gave
meet.
pins out at work. Like,
Did you?
I was like, hey, do you play? Like, they're like, people are like, hey, I know you play World of Warcraft. I'm like, yeah. Do you play any Blizzard games? They're like, yeah, I play StarCraft. I was like, look, man, I got a fucking.
I got a pin.
Here you go. Here we go, bud. Good job. So.
Sauce would even make eye
Pat
contact
on the
with
back.
other pin collectors, and they would just like do a head nod, or they'd say something, and they
Well,
knew what each other
I
were
had a
talking
special
about.
one that most people didn't have. That's why everyone's like,
Oh.
"I'll trade you my whole lanyard of pins for that one pin." Nope, not gonna happen.
So the
What's wrong
funny
with it?
thing is, I feel like it's because he didn't really have a lot of, like, when you don't drink, you save a ton of money. And he
Yeah.
didn't drink,
So I could shop with.
yeah, you
Drink
really
a little,
do save
but-
a ton of money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I use my rewards at Starbucks to get free drinks.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that being said, Belle, he buys expensive coffees.
He
and
really does. He's like your basic white girl. Too funny. Okay, so
Plus-
Blizzard quarterly call happened, and lots of good things for the company as a whole. So this isn't necessarily, this piece right here isn't necessarily World of Warcraft specific, as it's just Activision Blizzard in general. So the last quarter they had 447 million monthly active users.
Say it again.
447 million users in a month. Active users monthly for the whole quarter.
Oh.
A half a billion
I can dig
people. Okay.
So because I don't listen that well. Did you say for Warcraft or Blizzard games
just
in
Blizzard
general?
Blizzard games in general.
Right.
A
Craziness.
half a million monthly active users. This isn't people with just accounts. These are active users that were
Yeah.
logged in gaming.
Nice.
That
And we're
is
four
a-
of them.
I mean,
Bulk of it was
Exactly.
World of Warcraft and Overwatch.
yeah.
which
So
is very
Yeah.
I do have some World of Warcraft specific stuff, but in 2016, consumers spent approximately 43 billion hours playing and watching Activision content, which is on the same level as Netflix, and even it's like one half the times of Snapchat.
Dang.
World of
I
Warcraft
mean,
saw.
I don't do either one of those, so I'm good.
Well,
Right.
I Snapchat poop selfies, but I mean that's just because that's what you do in the bathroom is you Snapchat with filters.
I mean, Murky just Snapchats butt pics.
He
so
does
it's all
Snapchat butt pics. His is always labeled not safe for work.
good.
World of Warcraft saw an increase in total playtime for one quarter, surpassing the quarter 3 expansion launch quarter and all non-launch quarters in the last 4 years.
That sounds good.
So basically, they shattered records.
Oh.
Even
Shattered.
Warcraft expansion, right? Even Legion expansion, they shattered that record for that quarter's release, which
Well, yeah, this was a great expansion.
so good. In November, Blizzard held it was the 10th BlizzCon, 25,000 attendees. Okay, that was
We were four of them.
We were 4 of them. We were 25 of them because PWNCAST as
That's
an
true,
organization, we were.
Going in deep.
I was going to say something about long, and then I thought, no, Belle, don't do it. Be good, Belle. Don't cheapen
No,
your
you
words
gotta do
with
He did it for
silly
you.
penis innuendo. And then Remedies, my bestie, did it for me. So 25,000 attendees. Okay, this is just people that paid to go. This does not include all the randos that go to BlizzCon
Yeah.
for the festivities but don't physically go into BlizzCon.
They just drink with us in the Hilton
That
They
always
just
blew
show
my
up.
mind.
Isn't it crazy?
and steal
Yeah,
your
like-
drink.
Over
Yeah.
10 million
Mhm.
people around the world tuned in to watch.
So that's 10 million
Okay.
I
of the
wanted to
virtual
watch,
ticket
but I was
sales.
busy at the event.
10
so.
million virtual tickets.
Oh,
10
virtual
million.
tickets. Wow. That used to be me, but I go now. I'm famous, so.
And a record number of pay-per-view ticket sales with DirecTV. Nobody cares. I hate DirecTV. But
There you go.
10 million people around the world
That's crazy.
watched. Isn't that crazy?
So that's 10 million times $40.
What's funny to me is when
That's-
they did their first BlizzCon that had maybe 5,000 attendees, what do you suppose goes through their mind now when they realize that people like us, we were talking about BlizzCon right before the show,
Yeah.
what makes it where the second we were back from BlizzCon, okay, we have a couple month lag where we just relax, and then like right now, an announcement I'm expecting sometime next month, maybe even April. I'd have to fact check when they announced it last year, but I mean, I'm already waiting for the next announcement, as are thousands of other people. We're already planning things that we're going to be doing and like getting our quarters set up for sleeping arrangements and just making sure as a group that we're good to go. And it's not even announced yet. And we're like,
Yeah, hotels already booked. Full.
but I wonder, did Blizzard ever imagine that this would be the snowball effect that they would create, that
Not this big. No way.
Man.
There's no way.
they're gonna
I mean,
have to
you
like
dream big,
expand.
but-
Like I know that we had talked about last year when we talked about BlizzCon that the convention center was expanding. They were adding wings on
It
there,
was.
and we think that it was.
I walked past them.
I think a lot of it might have to do with BlizzCon, because you figure, I think when we calculated ticket sales, it was in like 6 million, right? 6 or 7 million in ticket sales. The Anaheim Convention Center probably pays half of their year's worth of running the joint just probably from BlizzCon, as I'm sure Blizzard throws just a shit ton of money at them because, you know, Blizzard.
Well, yeah, it's a X amount of day event. You got to think that we're attendees. We're there for just say 5 days because a lot of us come in early. People stay late, but you got to think how long they take to prep that place. So
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking at a minimum week and a half to prep.
So,
Yeah, that's what they said, because when they were ending the closing ceremonies, and the one person said it really should be a 3-day event, and the guy, one of the head honchos, was like, "Yeah, but man, I've been going for 7 days straight, like it's or 14 days straight, because it's not just 2 days for them setting up and getting everything ready."
Well, I mean, you got the setup of that. All the
And you
prep
have
is
to take down.
like half a year in advance. They're already prepping.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's
true.
not
In terms
even
of, like,
it's not even only 2
Yeah.
days for us because we have other things that we attend before the con. I mean, we're fully booked with the exception of that Tuesday, but like come Wednesday, we're freaking good to go until Sunday, honestly. So I mean, I just when I read the stuff on the call today, I just thought how far Blizzard has came with just its very, very humble beginnings of just creating this tiny little world that they didn't know that anybody would love. And then here we are, and it's just everywhere.
I remember when I used to hate this game. So
I used to make fun of it so bad.
And Overwatch was a huge game changer for them.
Yeah.
And I don't like using the term game changer because I feel like this generation says everything's a fucking game changer. But I feel like, as much as I don't want to admit it, because you guys know I don't love any other game but World of Warcraft, right? That's my love, and I don't like
Right.
admitting things, but it really did put them in a whole other avenue in this industry. And it really just said, hey, we're here. We've literally solidified our spot here. We are number one. All the other gaming companies, yes, you guys are fantastic, but I mean, look at how many people's hearts they've won over. Overwatch, when it was announced, people didn't even know what the fuck Overwatch was, and people were
they
buying.
were ready to play it.
But they were buying their gear. People were buying the Funko Pops, and they were buying the T-shirts, and they were buying all those things. They didn't even. I literally was making fun of everybody. I was like, one of our very own friends, Chaos, was buying Overwatch shit, and I'm like, you don't even know if you're gonna love this game.
But he buys everything that's
He
Blizzard
does.
related.
Because
so
it's. I realized why. It's part of the magic. It's part of the magic of having a piece of what you love. I have 20 fucking World of Warcraft refrigerator magnets on my refrigerator, for crying out loud.
Show
I have
them
a
the
whole,
pins.
like, I have a
Okay, I
whole
can bring the pins
nerd,
out.
you know, a nerd collection that you guys can't really see since I moved my desk around, but
Yeah. I think that Overwatch brought a lot of people that maybe didn't play Blizzard games in as well, and introduced them to the Blizzard world. And now we have a lot of Overwatch characters being put into, like, I just saw a new one for Heroes of the Storm.
Lucio.
Lucio.
Yeah, is that that's the healer that reminds me of Hots, because that's what Hots played when he took off to do his Overwatch thing.
Yep.
Side note on the getting the people in, there's actually more and more people on the World of Warcraft page that are saying like, "Oh, I just started like last month." It's like another set of a lot of people. It's crazy.
The movie really put them in a different element of
That probably brought in a lot too.
people just saying, wow, you know, I mean, everybody, it was a fan movie, guys, obviously. This movie was not built to smash box office records. This was a fan-made movie, and this fan
It
appreciates
smashed my
it.
records because I bought that shit.
Like, I have posters, we have T-shirts, we loved it. But the movie did kind of just say that they have the books, they have the children's book, they have so many things that they're doing that it just really reaches
got the
people.
cookbook.
I didn't get that yet. That's on my
What's
list.
your first introduction? I know this is like a random question and probably not on the agenda, but like introduction to like Blizzard or Warcraft games. Like, do you guys have a moment where, or the game? Was it
South
Warcraft?
Korea, StarCraft. Getting my ass
You-
whipped every
Warcraft
night.
2, Tides of Darkness.
Yeah, is that the one like Command and Conquer?
StarCraft.
Like where you build your armies, Warcraft 2?
Yeah, RTS, yeah. StarCraft is all
That's
RTS.
mine. I used to love that.
Yeah.
Mine was Burning Crusade, and
So it was
it was
Warcraft.
an ex-boyfriend.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember.
I don't
think
ever
when-
mention, I always say a friend, because it's rude
Yeah.
to do that kind of stuff, but it was, and I can't stand him now, but boy, do I love him for the introduction of this game. But I had played an old school game called Red Moon, which is very similar, but not similar at all. It's an old China-based game that has
Your
similar
brother has
concept.
talked about that game so many times.
Similar concept of the world and you know, very similar things. Some of the characters are even very similar in nature. Very old though. They don't ever update their software. You can even go play it now. Every now and then I go check it out. But World of Warcraft was just like that, except it was on crack and
Fantasy based.
It was fantasy based, and it was ever changing, and I was kind of a dick on the other game I played, and I had an army, which is basically what a guild is, and the army was called Nemesis, and we would go and kill people because you could kill people and steal their gear, and I was not a nice person, but a lot of it was my brother. My brother was a bad influence.
Did you say Red Moon?
Red Moon, and I had a character. No, I had a character who she was an archer, and she was a Levita, and she could put people to sleep.
Did you lead the Gorgonites?
So I would put people to sleep. I could go invisible and then sleep people, other players, and then what happens if you kill a player in that game, they could drop their, what we consider legendaries, they're called sunsets. They would drop their sunsets that were like 3 billion gold to purchase. So
what's your friend's name?
It was Dominic that I played with, my brother.
Oh, Domo.
Yeah, we would just literally go and just wreck people. And I would sleep people, and Dominic would come and warp right to me. He had a character that could warp to me, and he would warp right to me, and we got banned a lot, in trouble, because we were not nice people. But to be fair, I would have been nice if it was just me. My brother was a bad influence. I wish there's some elements that I would like World of Warcraft to take from them. Like whenever we talk about guild housing, they have guild housing, and you could like warp to your army hall, and you could warp to your, like, as a army. I was the head of the army, I could warp to my players if they were in trouble. Like, there's a lot of elements that I wish that World of Warcraft would take from them, because I think it'd be pretty cool. You could fight other armies as well, which is cool. You could take their guild housing. Anyway, not World of Warcraft related, but equally as important. But that's actually where my first love came from. I was sitting on the couch, and I was seeing him play it, and I thought, hey, what you got going on over there? And he's like, oh, do you want to check it out? Sure.
Do I?
Yeah, and then
a podcast and
it was
website.
That was back when you had to hit shit with sticks as a warlock. When you leveled, it was bad. You were just hitting crabs in the.
I had to buy arrows too as a hunter.
In the Red Ridge Mountains, just hitting shit with sticks. So, but that's where my love came from, and it was a slow love, guys. This was not an overnight love. This was a played casually, and then I think, as most things, when they become an obsession, they start off very, nice, right? Did you guys all start off super casual and then kind of build into like this, or did
into WoW, or
into WoW? Did like any one of you just like jump in and you were just there forever?
No, well, because I mentioned it last week, I didn't read or use Thoughtbot, so I didn't know how to quest, and I crapped out after 26, and I came back and I played with a friend who showed me what Vent was, and voice chat is what I need. I'm just my grammar's terrible, and I'm not a good computer gamer, or I wasn't then anyway, and so I had to leave and come back.
Yeah, my only downtime was at end of mop. Other than that, I stepped in right before Wrath, and I was just I walked into Wrath in a raiding guild and was one of the best, not best, but one of the top 10 Frost Death Knights in server.
Ooh, Frosty.
Do you have any proof that you were top 10? Can I get a screenshot? Can I get a fact check? Because at this point, we just have your word. Everybody was top 10 in Wrath of the Lich King.
Are you saying Remedy's word is not?
I wasn't.
I'm just kidding.
No, I can't sit here. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I played in vanilla.
Everybody always says, well, I was in a top 10 raiding guild. Yeah, 30 fucking years ago, back at the beginning of time when the dinosaurs landed.
Top 10 raiding guild. I just said, in terms of gear, I was top 10.
I'm just teasing you. I didn't do anything fun until later on in my WoW life, because I didn't have any friends, so I didn't even know what a dungeon was, or people.
If you didn't know somebody, you missed out on a lot of good elements of Warcraft.
I did. Yeah. I barely started really playing the game, in understanding the concept of the game.
Yeah.
In Mists of Pandaria, because remember, I left in Cataclysm because they changed the Warlock, and it was at a time when I just I wasn't emotional enough to give a fuck. I was just like, oh, you
Right.
changed all my shit. I don't care. I'm not playing ever again.
Right.
And I unsubscribed and just didn't deal with it. But yeah, I did. I missed out on so much.
In Kata, you said, right?
Yeah,
Did
Kata, I
Remedies
took a
just
break.
say he took a break in Kata too? Because that's the only, like, when I mentioned the first time I left
That's
and
when I
came
stopped playing.
back.
So
You
I've
left
been
in Kata
hardcore
also?
ever since.
Well,
yeah,
I
I
left-
took a.
I left right at the end of Old War, and then because real life happened,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So I took like 5 years off. Came back, Siege of Orgrimmar-ish. Ran into Dominic and hey, let's be buddies. Let's be gnome friends.
Gnome
Hey,
friends.
I have a sister. She's gonna steal you from me. Yeah, that happened. So
Dominic's still very bitter about that too.
he will be bitter about that
He's-
until
he'll
forever.
every now and then he'll make a snide comment about. I'll say like
Friend
I was talking to
stealer.
David the other day, and he'll be like, "Oh, I used to have a friend named David." I mean, secret. I used your slave name, but yeah. So that was a little good trip down memory lane and talking about the. I think we forget sometimes what we love about it and why the hype and the why we are so obsessed, right? Like anything new that happens in the world, when you see it, people just are obsessed. When Vin Diesel last week was live
I
on
saw
Facebook
that.
from, was he in China? Maybe question mark.
He said something like that.
He
Yeah.
Yeah, he
was
was in
doing
China.
loading up BattleNet, was doing 2v2s. I was like, I'm gonna come find you. I didn't actually do arena because I don't.
I would have liked to see some actual gameplay.
I would have loved to see that too. But it
But-
was nice. It's nice to see. Jimmy Fallon talks about World of Warcraft all the time. Like it's really nice
Does he?
to see
Yes, I like Jimmy.
that that people are
Still plays
real
themselves,
people, right? And I
Yeah.
guess we could even call them real people because we're real people. But like famous people that have tons of things to do besides sit and play video games,
Right.
right? They're playing video games. Vin Diesel is
They probably have
live.
more time to play than us.
Maybe. I mean, they
I like to pretend I'm busy. I got a lot of spare time. On my hands.
a lot of
See,
effective.
I
toilet
just let your brother know that he still has a friend named David.
Oh.
He's on his own now. Big little brother is we're not gonna walk
They
that
grow
road
up
today.
so fast.
Right. I can't say it right now, but big changes are coming for the little brother. Yay. Just kidding.
Yay!
Oh.
Yeah, it's not yay, but I'm gonna learn to love it because that's just how I roll, guys. I'm understanding.
Oh, I don't even want to know what this is about.
You don't want to know. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so me and Rem yesterday, I don't remember what we were doing. Oh, we were looking up World of Warcraft new stuff, right? To make sure, we had everything we needed for the
Rogue
show.
Warlock PvP, maybe?
No, we were just looking up random stuff. Like, he goes down a rabbit hole, and then I go down the rabbit hole of finding just random World of Warcraft stuff to talk about for the show. And he comes across this Reddit post. This Reddit post talks about, World of Warcraft or Blizzard trademarked Return of the Lich King. Okay, I go on my investigation. Did they trademark? No, they didn't. So if you guys seen that Reddit post or that MMO Champion post that somebody posted on their forums that World of Warcraft trademarked the statement Return of the Lich King, it's a lie. World of Warcraft or Blizzard did not trademark that because I looked on 3 different avenues that I look when I go to stock Blizzard stuff, and they didn't trademark that. So that was a huge lie. Now, if they did in fact have something up on the trademark and maybe someone saw it, or if it's somebody who knows something they're not supposed to and it's an alludement to it, as of this moment, there is no trademark. But how much fun would that be to Theory Crafts? Me and Remedies were out yesterday. We were going nuts. We were like, ooh, it's a Hearthstone expansion. I don't think it was World of Warcraft related, to be honest, because I can't
It's
imagine.
an amusement park.
Right? Right. Where you could
Like that
go
one that
and you
failed in
could dress
China?
up in a Jaina mask and go.
Well, we're
mean
already looking at her. So
I hate you. I hate you. Yeah, the blonde's here to stay. Even though people call me Jaina, the blonde's here to stay.
that's right.
So, for those of you, if you did see that, that is a lie. I was not able to confirm on all the avenues that I used to look at trademarks. That person did not know what the fuck they were talking about. So, yeah.
On the internet, though, usually it's
Yeah.
a good
So,
source.
to the
though.
Reddit and MMO Champion poster, you
Everything on the internet
are
is
a liar
real.
and a fat mouth, and I'm going to need you to stop spreading gossip.
Yeah, bro, stop.
Big fat phony.
Gossip.
Who's the phony homie?
Phony homie, huh? Homie, don't you know me? No?
Homie, don't play
Thought I
that.
would try that. Okay. Also, the corrupted essences for the Balance of Power questline, the developers on the Twitters did openly acknowledge that they do realize that the drop rate sucks. They will be giving the drop rate a little buff. They just don't know when. It is on their horizon.
That's for Emerald Nightmare? Or
yeah, it's for Emerald Nightmare.
Yeah, because I remember a couple weeks ago, I've mentioned sometimes when I'm on the show, there's information that I hear or I miss, and I'm too ashamed to ask. I thought you said that they showed up in LFR. So I did an LFR the following week.
That's essence of Amenthal.
Yeah,
no,
but
corrupted essence. No, I'm talking corrupted essence.
Right, but the ones that show up in LFR are the essence of Amenthal.
So they still do not show up in LFR.
Amenthal.
Okay.
Amenthal. Amenthal. That doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound right. Amenthal. I'm just. I'm down the rabbit hole, guys.
Since we did talk about those essences, don't you think it would be fair, so to speak? Because there's a lot of people that do LFR. That's all they do is LFR.
They shouldn't make it.
Yeah, why
would they? LFR
because
based.
and it's important because the balance of power is tied to your weapon, right? You need it, so it's kind of shitty.
It's gonna happen. They're gonna have to do it. No matter how they look at it, because there's X amount of thousands of players that are not going to be able to complete.
They're LFR heroes, and if you're going to say you're going to make it fair for everybody, well, then you should continue to do so through each of the something as big as it being tied to your artifact appearance. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
is it appearance? Is that what it is? I was
the balance of power. It's like you unlock. I don't remember what row it is. Third row.
It's a whole quest line that goes into Nighthold as well. Mm-hmm. So you have to do it for LFR.
Yeah, I figured I was behind. Yeah, I would think so.
By the way, you're talking about the wrong one. As is the Almond tools for the
legendary. I know, that's why I was telling him that LFR was where you get the essence of Almond. The corrupted essence, which is the balance of powers from Emerald Nightmare normal.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, that's okay.
I know what Almond is from, Almond Milk, by Stater Brothers.
Those Almond Milk commercials
Stater Brothers. I love Stater Brothers, that's why I get most of my beer. They have a good selection.
I don't know what that is or what that does. I just know I have almond milk in my fridge because I drink smoothies for breakfast.
Delicious.
I don't particularly like almond milk, but Tio, which is Soiled Yourself, he gave me a smoothie recipe for the losing of the weight. So I've been drinking. That's my breakfast and my lunch, and almond milk is a part of that.
And I missed that guy.
Off topic, how do they milk almonds?
Well, there's a whole video, actually. Dominic, my brother, sent me a thing, and he was like, hey, you could milk your own almonds. I guess there's a machine that you throw almonds in, and it does stuff for you. He totally sent me a video, and he's like, we should totally do this. What?
We should be really expensive.
Get this
I could go right to the store for $1.50, well, it's $2.50, and get a carton of almond milk and not have to go through all that milking of the almonds process. And he's like, but it's so much healthier.
But fresh milked almond milk.
But I can go get the organic, which is what I've swapped. My house is 90% organic. Okay, let me not lie. 80% organic.
I'm gonna be like, tacos aren't organic. What
yeah, 80. Well, but the oil we use is organic. Like everything we use, I've been swapping everything over to organic, little by little, because it's healthy. But yeah, almond milk, guys. You can milk your own almonds. If you want to know how to milk your own almonds, send me an email, and I will send you the infamous milking of the almond video that my brother sent me, and I will teach you guys how to milk. Because you can milk anything with nipples and almonds.
I was just going to say, I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me?
So, I can't figure out if Remedies was going to say yes, he would milk you, or if he was thinking about it, because his face told me he might be interested.
No, I was already 5 steps ahead of him.
Also, if you have beta for BattleNet, you can invite your friends on Facebook to your BattleTag buddies.
I know. I just got a new friend this week. I mean, I've known her for a long time.
I didn't send you a friend request. I sent you a real ID request.
Man, I remember the day I asked this young lady,
you called me young?
Here's my personal email. We're friends. I think we should do this. I don't do that. I don't give out my personal
Did
one.
I say that to you?
I sure did.
What the fuck?
You, Belle. I was going to use your name.
Are you sure I said that to you?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, I don't do that. I've heard her say that for others. Oh, no.
Maybe this was when we first met?
Huh? No,
if it was when we first
last year.
met, I would have said that
No.
because when people
No.
would ask me for my real ID email, I would get paranoid like they were trying to steal my account.
Yeah, homie, this was last year, and I was like, I'm gonna delete you, and I'm gonna send you my personal email, and then I
What?
deleted your ass, and then you didn't even accept it.
Are you
So I
sure
was I was like, fuck this bitch, and then you sent me a regular.
I don't have
Bills.
any memory of that whatsoever.
I remember all of it. I told your brother, I was like, your sister's a bitch.
I literally have no memory of that Like, I am so old. My friend, she told me for 6 weeks she's been telling me she was getting a new puppy. And then when she was on her way last weekend to get the new puppy, I was like, what the fuck? Why are you getting a puppy? And she's all, I've been telling you every day for 6
Help me
weeks.
pick out the name.
I literally have no memory of that whatsoever. How
Yeah,
mean.
it was fun. It was good times. I was pissed for like the whole day too. I
I'm
was like,
so mean.
I don't want to play with her.
Well, so the thing with BattleNet is you can connect it to your Facebook, and it'll connect people with their Facebook with their battle tag, assuming the names match. I'm not 100% sure how that works, to be perfectly honest. I'm assuming that because you can link
That sounds extremely valid.
and you can link your Facebook to for your streaming and stuff, and I'm sure everybody's done that at some point. But the cool thing about when you do that is you can just add random people on your Facebook that you just want to be friends with. Then I discovered another thing: when you right click on a person's name that's not a real ID friend, you can upgrade to a real ID. It'll send them a notification asking to approve it.
old.
Now, what I like about this is I have so many battle tag friends, I don't know who's who, right? And people,
I'm losing track.
because the recent name change.
I've
there's
slowly
people,
been putting notes for every new
right,
person.
and people will battle tag me, and they've recently changed their name, and I feel really bad because I totally have to fake because I don't remember who they are because they've changed their name recently. So because I'm really, really good with real names, I just decided I'm going to start asking people. So if you're my battle tag friend and you got a random request to share your real ID with me, it's just because I need to be organized. So I feel really bad. But if you have beta, you probably had it before. You probably had it before Legion launch, and it reverted it to the real beta or to the actual version. And then if you go into your settings in your BattleNet, go to in development and then click to download the beta, and you guys can check it out. It's pretty cool. I dig it. I mean,
That's neat. Yeah, I saw you post about that today, and I'm like, I'm gonna learn about that on the show tonight.
yeah, now you can add everybody. I mean, I don't really like people, so I didn't really go crazy adding everybody. Just kidding. I mean, I'm not kidding. I don't like people, but I mean, just kidding. Add them all. Just add everybody. But yeah, check it out. Settings, in development, and then download the beta to check it out. Now, a friend of mine, Jimmy, he is one of the casters for Heroes of the Storm. And DJ Tyrant is his game name. He reminded me that in 2013, StarCraft had an ability to be able to connect something in game to Facebook, and I guess they shut it off because Facebook had changed their security API or something. So for those of you who are going to say, well, they already had it previously, I have no knowledge of that, and I don't play StarCraft, so
Right.
I would not have known that. But it seems to be pretty cool. It's just one of those things. It's a quality of life improvement, to just connect with your friends. How many of you are friends on Facebook and you don't really exchange battle tags? I mean, there's tons of people that I know game that I met in World of Warcraft, but I didn't actually have their battle tags. So,
Man, I just did it right now, and it's like, oh my god, there's so many people.
and there's people you didn't even know that would have played, which is pretty cool. For you to be able to connect, find a.
Well, and the cool thing about this is like it's throwing me back to my first guild, Forgotten Prophets. Like I'm seeing all sorts of old names. They probably don't play anymore, but it's just so cool to see like their original name attached to who they really are. It's kind of neat. So
and it shows you your mutual friends when you hover over them, so you'll see who the mutual friends on BattleTag are, which is great when people that have deleted you after throwing ginormous 8-foot tall fits. And then you hover over mutual people that you guys are friend with, and you're like, wow, fuck you. That was a little shade thrown, guys. I don't know if anybody caught on that. Just a little...
I see 2 people on here that can follow them.
that deleted us because, we're big evil conglomerates of people I don't even know what conglomerates means, guys. I'm just trying to use big words.
A collection of corporations.
Fuck off. You didn't even know what a triumphant was last weekend or whatever that word was.
Well, Belle, you don't want to have that battle with remedies.
No, I don't, because
he's gonna win.
He's got ammo on you.
He's smarter than me when it comes to pronunciation, right? Like, he's got that in the bag. I have to really focus to be able to pronounce things. And it's not because I'm not smart, guys. It's because I'm lazy, right? I'm lazy. I want to take the path of least resistance to be able to sound out a name. So...
Sometimes I just try to say words that I've never used before, and they don't come out right because I've never used them before.
I just practice. When I've learned a new word, I use it in a sentence several times that week to make sure that I...
Should we have a word of the week every show now, and we'll try to say
like when my husband said expedite, and he meant extradite, and you all got to hear that.
That was hilarious.
I'm not even smart enough to get the difference. I'm like your husband. I'm like,
Are you being
I don't know why
serious?
I said that out loud.
Are you being serious?
No.
Yes.
Yes. Moving on.
Expedite is to move along quickly. Extradite is when they're like extraditing one from one state to another state because they got in trouble in one state and had to go back to the other. But my husband said they were expediting him from one state to the other, and I'm like, you mean extradite?
Well, he's not wrong. They're making him go quicker to the other state.
He told me that he was walking downstairs and he's all, fuck off. God, I love that man. He's a keeper, guys. I mean, you guys can keep him because I'm over his bullshit this week. Okay.
He was just vacuuming. Leave him alone.
I mopped all the floors because my daughter was supposed to do her chore and hasn't done her chores in 3 days.
Why would you mop the carpet?
I mopped the tile downstairs. We thought it was a great idea to have a house with all downstairs tile. Yay. Okay. That was pretty much the news. There isn't a whole lot of 7.2 talk. I'm still working on content for the website and for PDQ and for the YouTube channel for all the 7.2 stuff. Though I'm drawing it out just a little bit because I want to wait until they've had enough patch time or with PTR for the builds so that I can make sure you guys are getting accurate information. I'm working on all the artifact traits that they're adding to each spec now, and I'll be doing videos on those. They just did a new build. Those kind of things you want to wait until it's, a little bit in because they're tweaking things. I want to make sure you guys get the right information. So make sure you guys are watching the PDQ and the YouTube channel for that stuff as 7.2 stuff comes out. I'll be covering it on the channel as will Remedies we're going to go in and we're going to run the dungeon, I think, this weekend and try to see if we can figure out how to get in that damn raid because it looks really cool.
Which one? Tomb?
Yeah. But we are going to do the dungeon because the dungeon, we just need other people to roll it with on PTR and do the cha-cha to get some video of that. But I have video of Broken Isle, and I will be putting that video out this week. I just have to do the voiceover, and I couldn't do the voiceover until now because even though I started feeling better, a couple days ago, I barely started getting my voice where it was less nasally. So I didn't want to sound like Fran Drescher on my... on the YouTube channel. So I have the Broken Shore all the beginning stuff for the Broken Shore questline, and then the exploration video that I did of me running like a bitch through the Broken Shore to show you guys all the new stuff that's opened up there, and I'm literally running from all the mobs of demons everywhere, which is kind of funny. Anyway, okay. Now is the time to see.
We're done already?
No, we have segments still. And I don't... Is there a pet battle segment?
Pet battle bonus event, yeah. It's just ending tonight. I don't know if you guys got a chance to do any of it. Happy pet battle bonus event. It's the third one. It's okay, Sauce. There's still time after the show.
Mm-hmm. I'll get right on it.
If you're listening, it's already over, right? And hope you had a good week. Thinking of different topics and different things to talk about, I mentioned a lot of the newer things that are happening over the last couple weeks. And I just want to, again, I do get questions throughout the week about beginner things. And we've got a lot of old school WoW players that watch, obviously, but we also get a lot of newer players, right? So I just really wanted to go over some quick beginner tips. And it's just because I get this particular question a lot on, where do I go or how do I power level pets? Or, you just have to beat all those master tamers. Again, the quest line is from that specific quest giver in the two major cities, Stormwind and Orgrimmar. So you just got to beat all the master tamers, and then you'll be able to power level pets like a champ. You'll unlock your safari hat, and you get a lot of achievements and love your life as a beginner in the pet battle world. I do want to run over just the 3 quick add-ons as well. I've mentioned this on previous episodes, but I still get add-on questions as well. What add-ons do you use or do you recommend? So Rematch is one. Gives you a nice view, reorganizes everything for your pet screen. Pet Tracker, it's great because it shows you different places on the map where different pets spawn, but it's much better just to, it gives you bars for your opponent. You can see your opponent's moveset, which is very helpful for PvP pet battles, or for those master tamers as well, because they may have a 4-round cooldown, and you'll see that it's still on cooldown and about to come off, so you can dodge some of the major abilities. And Battle Pet Breed ID, which will show you the breeds of all the pets. So Pet Tracker, Rematch, Battle Pet Breed ID, and defeat all those master tamers. Again, for you beginners, sometimes the amount of pets is very overwhelming. There's over 800 pets to collect. You don't know how much they're worth. So if you're not sure, just look them up, find out where they come from, and that can help you get an idea. You always have friends here at PWNCAST that will answer your questions if you are buying pets off the auction house. So if you're not sure, don't just buy it. You'll make a mistake. I paid for 6,000 gold when the pet was only 500 to buy, and it was the only pet that I didn't research before I bought it. So there's an example. Just look up before you're doing stuff. So if you ever need to know what a pet's valued at, tweet Jimma Banks, write a comment on the show. I did get some questions about the Pet Battle bonus event, so thank you for that for the PvP pet battles. Again, the viewers, I hope your PvP pet battles went well. And just a short and sweet segment on just some beginner tips. And remember, if you do have any questions about anything pet battle related or Warcraft related, hit all 4 of us up. Pet battles, of course, your boy Jimma Banks. But anything else, the team's here for you. So
I have a pet question. Is it a good time to invest in left sharks yet?
Yes. So I don't know, actually. I haven't even looked at those. I know every once in a while there
is a gold right now, actually.
Pardon? Is it a gold? So yeah, they're still not going down. I really feel like they're not going to budge. But I guess now that you brought that up, I wanted to look at an Iron Starlet, another pet, a little bit better than the left shark, just because you can use it. Like the left shark, people aren't trying to add that to their collection, but the Iron Starlet is actually like a hard-hitting mechanical pet. So I don't know.
Everyone from a beginning event, right?
Pardon?
What was the Iron Starlet from?
It was from when for Draenor there was a start, not before the expansion comes out. There's a quest, but you guys call it something.
Well, it was a pre-patch, wasn't it?
Pre-patch quest or whatever. It's part of that content.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah, kind of sit right around that the dark portal or the black portal. Am I saying that stupid?
The dark portal. Yeah.
Dark portal. Excuse me. Actually, Remedies, you do talk about getting your 5 PvP pet battles. Did you do that this week?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I've got to bug you or Aja to just loan me pets.
Yeah, I bet you have some good ones. Some people don't realize some of the basic pets are really good, right? So
I have some basic pets, and to that, because it does tie into your pet battle segment, the owner of the enchanted pen that put the enchanted pen in the guild bank did comment on the show and told me to learn it, and I did.
Aww.
And I walked around in Suramar with my enchanted pen chasing me, and I would walk up to the books, the Palace Minders, the books with the pen writing, and it's like they're telling on people, I imagine, is why they're called the Palace Minders. And I was like, hi, book, look at my pen pen's better than yours.
Nice. And I mentioned I was going to make it for you, and I didn't. I did log in like the very next day, and I looked at the items.
You squirreled, didn't you?
Well, there was Ironhide, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's the one item. I wonder how much gold it is, and I never looked it up. And here we are a week later, and you already have a pen. Good for you. Nice.
Yeah, he told me to use it, and I did. He, she, I'm not sure. Maya is the name. Maya is a mage. What? Are you laughing at me?
I'm going to say he was.
I can't say any of it.
What? Why?
It's your list thing.
Oh.
Sorry, I have...
My life advice I just tweeted during Jim's segment.
Are you giving me life advice?
No, I
during
wasn't.
my
I was giving Twitter life advice. Somebody tagged me in it on Facebook, and I was like, dude, that's totally like my advice for the world. So that's now my profile and Twitter profile picture, and then I tweeted it for people while you were doing your stuff because it made sense.
Line number 2 is the biggest advice for you, Jim Banks.
Sorry.
I did see you.
Wait for it.
I like how we're like doing a podcast, but we're all going to Belle's Twitter to like read what she posted.
My favorite.
I do take care of it. Thanks, Donovan.
My favorite is the very last line, which is "Stay away from douchebags," which I would probably change it to "Don't be a chode." Okay, so
don't eat whatever you want.
Remedies is going to be talking about. What
things.
are we talking about today? Give us all your things.
Okay, well, I talked about the night elves and all the other
How about
elves.
you talk to us, not your hands.
At least he wasn't saying
Since I talked about the elves and how they're affected by the sundering, I figured I would talk a little bit about how other people in the world were affected by the sundering.
Can you
Because
maybe
it's kind of a
explain
big
for
deal.
people that don't know what that is? What is it?
Or like
Well, I was going to
EFC,
actually explain
or,
the
you know,
sundering. So,
EFC?
when they had the War of the Ancients and the First Legion invasion, they had the Well of Eternity that was used as the portal for Sargeras to come through. And as he was coming through, they disrupted all the people that were channeling and making him come through. And basically, it was like a influx and vacuum of power because he was sent back into the Twisted Nether, and everything just started to hit the fan pretty much. And so everyone was imploding. Not people were imploding, but the world was imploding from the surge of just power. And so that's what causes the maelstrom. And the sundering is where you have Kalimdor used to be like Pangea in a way, where it's just one landmass. And
I was like, Pangea?
Did you see my face? It was the same. I was like, what's that?
I was like, homie, I went to Pandaria. I'm saying, I don't know what game you bought.
What's
Pangea? It's from Earth, tectonic movements and all that. Before
we're not as smart as you, Remedies. You have to dumb stuff down for us.
I was on Twitter, okay? When I heard Pangea, it fucked everything up.
So Pangea is not a Warcraft term.
No, it's part of our
it's a
world,
real-life
Earth,
term.
IRL.
Okay.
All the continents used to be joined together. But anyways,
Got it. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
I remember that. Yes,
Got it.
thank you.
so
We're there.
Kalimdor used to be like that, where it's all one giant landmass. And as the Well of Eternity was influxing with power and ruptured, all the continents we have now are because of that explosion.
Oh. I'm a bad
didn't know
Warcraft
that?
player. I didn't know that.
Oh my god.
I only know the lore that you and Lycan tell me to know, okay? If you guys didn't tell me, I don't know it. That's why when I wanted to know what the sundering was, I was really asking for myself, not for anybody
the sundering
else.
is the making of the new world, so to speak, because it's our world.
Didn't Illidan
all
get in
that.
trouble for something with the sundering?
Yes, he switched sides in the War of the Ancients, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna make buddies with the demons so I could get all the power." And so he does that for a little bit, and then he realizes, "Oh, I'm wrong." It goes back to the Night Elf Resistance, and while all this chaos is going on, where Sargeras is being pushed back into the portal, he takes his empty vials, takes waters from the Well of Eternity, and as all the people are scattering and picking themselves back up, he puts water into the into Hyjal, where you get the world tree over there and the new world.
The
Well of Eternity.
Nordressel?
Yeah.
Nordressel? Nordressel.
There
You go. I knew you were gonna do it. Count on you for one word a show.
Yeah, that's what
it.
caused that, and then that's where you have the dragging aspects, creating the tree, protecting it, warding the pool so that it wasn't drawing demons back.
makes sense. I knew Illidan had something to do with the sundering, and isn't that why they put him in prison?
That's exactly why he was put in the
See?
prison. Yes.
I remember
Yes.
stuff. Remember stuff. Okay, back to the
So
sundering.
proud of you.
And so something I don't know if has been talked about, but Pandaria was actually a big factor in the sundering in terms of what it did. So I don't know if a lot of people know this because it's actually only in the Chronicles, and I had no idea. Because Xiao Hao, the last emperor, he was a little bit more powerful than people actually anticipated in the lore. Because as he's, I don't even know if he's like a shaman or a priest or all of the above or what, but he speaks with the elements and the August Celestials and all that, and he knows something's about to happen. And so what he does is he actually becomes one with the land, and where his borders were at, he fractured the land and pulls Pandaria south while the sundering is going on. And so that's why Pandaria is kind of like was already kind of pulled apart instead of affected by the explosion. And so
That's pretty neat.
using his power to pretty much be like a shaman, control the land, and he pulls it out, and then his essence becomes the mist that keeps a secret for the 10,000 years afterwards. And so I had no idea that happened,
Interesting.
because I thought just Xiao Hao was some popular emperor that became...
Someone I used to know used to call him Emperor Poo Pants.
Really?
Someone from past life.
Xiao Hao needs a gal.
Sauce's face is just one of embarrassment, and like I can't even get down with you, bro.
That's a northern territory statement.
Hey.
Right up there with the maple syrup. Okay,
maple
sorry,
syrup,
Rem.
though.
We keep DDoSing Rem's.
I love it though because Remedies and I have the same book, just like a lot of our viewers and stuff like that. But he's actually read it.
I only read 2
I
pages.
keep looking at it.
I know, me too.
I'm looking right at it right now, and I can see it. I just downloaded all those damn comic books to my Kindle that are World of Warcraft ones, and yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's on the shelf when it should be.
My stuff's not
I
that
should be
cool
reading it, but it's on the
I just have a
shelf.
small stash. I'm like in chapter 6, so I've got through some of it, and that was the night I got the damn book. So I was like, oh my god, I gotta read this fucking book. And then I got tired at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I had to stop. And I haven't had since. So thank you, Remedies, for reading it and encouraging me more to want to read it. So maybe like in 10 more sessions of
You're
our
not
show,
reading
I
it.
probably will read it.
You probably won't need to because he's going to give you everything you need to know.
There's a lot. There's so much in small segments that just they hit you, and you're like, holy shit, did that really happen? And then we're slowly starting to see more of it now in Legion. At least I feel we were when a lot was going on, like pre-patch and stuff like that. So
Yeah. In between now and the Tuma Cigares, I'm actually just going to be pulling parts from the Chronicles and actually kind of explaining the big chapters and condensing it, because, like I said, there's a lot of stuff that was, I don't know if it's just them saying like, oh, let's just do this. Let's marry Sue Xiao Hao. But, there's a lot of interesting stuff. I don't know if it's just out of the blue or if that's what their whole plan was at the beginning. Because you have people like Garrosh that went like completely left turn.
a little bit.
But I was
he had
gonna
daddy issues.
ask you guys if you guys wanted anything explained on something in the future, like something you're just like, oh, what's this, or how did this race become this, or any character you're interested in. Don't make
For
this
me,
awkward.
it would, since I main a Draenei, and I love the little bit of lore that I actually do pay attention to, that would be something I would want to know more about. I know I could probably look it up myself, but I know I won't. So
Draenei in particular, or just Velen and all that?
well, it could like branch off small, like the whole Draenei history, whatever, and then how Velen became on who he was and all that other stuff. I would appreciate that.
That's That could work because it involves the Burning Legion. So
Exactly. See?
Boom,
Like,
boom.
I did that on purpose.
Well, I want to know what the viewers would also like to hear
Center
about.
Corgi.
So if there is a specific thing that you guys want to hear about, comment on the show. Email info@pwncast.net. Let us know what your thoughts are. Tell us what you want to hear from Remedies, and he will provide it for you.
He will too.
Nice.
Or random nonsense will commence.
Yeah, why not?
Well, could be worse. I mean,
And for Bell, I'll talk about Dreadlords. Because
All of them.
Jaina.
so, guys, I want to talk about 2 different things during Bell's Bites. Actually, 3 different things. I want to cover the Kill Point website. I did link it on the last episode. Find it in the comments. The Kill Point thing, it goes based off assuming half the things are assumed. It does tie into your Battle.net to see how many Mythic Pluses you've completed, because it does go
Or
towards
how many
the kill
chests
points.
you've opened in the past weeks.
Right, but it assumes that it assumes you've done every single emissary cache. It assumes that you've done a lot of things. It doesn't actually check to see if you've done them, so it's actually kind of horseshit. However, it's just for fun. The link's there. Go check it out. But there is no solid factual basis for it whatsoever. FYI. And he did disclose. He put right on there, this is just for fun. I'm sure there is a science to it, but it doesn't tap into that science.
I mean, yeah, there has to be, because, I mean, I appreciate the person that did it. It's kind of cool to see, like...
Because that's probably how they calculate it. They probably calculate all that stuff, but because it doesn't actually look to see what chests you've completed, what emissaries you've done, because it doesn't actually do that, the first half of it actually makes that assumption. Yeah. It's not accurate.
What weekly chest you forgot to open for the past several weeks, Gemma? I mean, does it factor that in? Your legendary could have been sitting there for the past month, and you never...
Or it could have been a Titan Forge Mythic 12.
I mean, I'm just saying.
There could have been things that you wouldn't even know. But it's fun. It's novelty, guys. It is on the commented on the last episode. Somebody asked me for it, and I did give it out. But I did promise you good data, and I did testing, and it's just a lie.
I did testing on a hidden artifact tracker that I got tired of guessing how many world quests I had to do, and I have it on a sticky note on my desktop, and it actually works. So when I hit 200 world quests, I had my hidden skin. So I know for sure this works. I don't know if it works off the honor kills or the dungeon count, but for sure world quest it actually went off of. So that was actually really neat.
What's the name of the add-on?
It's not even an add-on. It's a script that you just type when you hit enter to like type, and you just paste it into it, and it literally pulls up a little thing.
So you can send it to me, and I'll put it in the comments. So if you guys are watching, and if you're listening to this on iTunes, it'll be in the description of the show. That work?
I can dig it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can do it, guys.
A lot of people probably have looked it up already, but
I'm actually gonna nix. I was gonna talk about something guild related, but I think I'm gonna wait till next week because I got some good PvP talk.
Yeah, guild, you're being put on hold.
Well, some things this week in my frustration. I'm gonna talk about it anyway. You want to know why, guys? Because you only live once, right? You only live once.
YOLO,
and my
right?
children are gonna die because they're out and about and loud, and they shouldn't be. This is the price.
Poor Elijah's gonna die.
I know, he's gonna be the first one to go because he's cute. Can you guys hear them?
No. I heard him. Yeah.
He is adorable, guys. He's 4, and he's the cutest thing you've ever seen in your life. But man,
cuter than Remedies.
Well, it's 10 o'clock. They should have been asleep an hour ago. Right? They should have been asleep an hour ago, but somebody gave them crack cocaine, and now they're just ready to mingle. So, guild talk. So this week, I had a couple people leave the guild, and I'm pretty sure one of them might actually listen to the show. But I had a couple people leave the guild, and the reason that they left the guild is because the guild is too large, and they were having problems finding their place. The weird thing is they're brand new to the guild, like they literally just showed up not that long ago. But I wanted to talk to other people, and maybe even other guild masters that might see beyond the frustration, or even to people who've done this, who've joined a guild, didn't fill the mix after a week or two, and then was like, deuces, I'm out. Now, here's the thing. I'm pretty realistic, right? I don't expect the guild to jive with everyone. Guild's like a marriage, right? Everything has to be, it has to be a good mix of communication, you putting yourself out there, those kind of things. The number one people use to judge guilds by is guild chat. right? If you log in and you ask a question in guild chat and nobody responds to you, automatically the guild sucks. Let me hit you people with a little bit of fucking facts, right? Because this is one of the most frustrating things as a guild master.
Hit them one time.
If you are a guild master, I want you to comment and tell me that this is also something you are frustrated with because people bitch and complain about not getting response in guild chat. When I'm on in-game, I'm being spammed by so much bullshit in my guild chat from, not even guild chat, from trade chat. Whatever's going on, if I'm in a mythic and you're all the say chat from the NPCs, right? My chat is getting spammed. If I'm doing something like PvP, I'm not paying attention to my chat box at all. Like, I'm not even looking at my chat box. You ask one question, I'm in a battleground, I'm killing people, I'm not paying attention. 20 other people have said something since you asked that question. Or other people just didn't see it and then people just randomly started talking. Whatever the case may be is, doesn't mean I don't give a shit. It just means, guess what? I pay $15 a month to be busy, and I was busy in game. I'm not ignoring you. Did you send me a private message? No, you didn't. Did you post in the Facebook group, on the guild Facebook group? Didn't see a post. So that's one of my frustrations is people use guild chat as a means to gauge whether or not it's a good guild. So we might answer 4 of your 5 questions in guild chat, but the one time nobody answers your 5th question, all hell's broken loose and we're terrible people, right? That's complaint number 1. Complaint number 2 is people say, oh, your guild is so large, I have trouble fitting in. Let me hit you with some reality. We might be 1,500 members strong. However, the reality is there's maybe 40 people online at once. It's not like we have 700 people on in guild and it's all this big clusterfuck of partying. It's not really that large, guys. It looks large in number, but it's not really like this big, huge, all-encompassing 30 million conversations going on at once, so you're getting lost in the shuffle. Number 3. The majority of the people that bitch and complain about they don't feel like they're a part of the guild are the people that I have watched give 0 effort. Saying hi in guild chat is not giving effort. If you are not making an effort to be a part of what's going on, if you're on in the Facebook group for the guild and you're not being a part of the conversations, people are always making call outs. Who wants to run mythics? Who wants to run this? Who wants to run that? It happens all the time in the guild. So my frustration as a guild master is I take it personal when a guildie leaves. That we have an officer group on Facebook, and when a guildie leaves, they track the guildie down to find out the reason. So
you are stalked.
It's just because I want to know if it's something that we can fix. But
Of course.
there's been moments where people are just like, I felt ignored in the guild.
Oh, fuck.
I didn't see you private message me or my officers. I didn't see you put yourself out there to the guild and try to get to know people. I didn't see you jump in curse and run mythics with people. I didn't see you show up on PvP night to PvP with people. I don't see you ask to raid. I don't see you post or comment anything in the Facebook group as a means of getting to know people. I don't see you giving the effort. So my question to you is, what's the problem? Are you expecting a personal handcrafted invitation to conversate? When one of us logs in, do you expect a bunch of people to go run you down when they don't know you? Because to me, if you're a new guildie, you have to insert yourself to people. You have to be loud. You have to jump into, don't make it weird. You have to go jump in curse, go comment on a random, discussion that's happening in the guild Facebook group. Hop in on a conversation. Don't just expect 1,500 people to know who you are because you just joined a guild. If you want us to put an effort to you, I'm going to need you to put some fucking effort into what we're doing. Because life is a two-way street, people. It is not all about you just log in and fanfare starts and everybody's clapping because you just logged in. Nobody knows you. Literally, new guildies don't know who I am either. So when a new guildie logs in and I'm saying stuff, they don't even know who the hell I am. They have no idea who I am. I have to be like, hi, my name's Belle. I own the guild. Thank you for joining. Blah, blah, blah. Love you. We're cool. Let's be friends. But I wanted to ask, what is your number 1 pet peeve as a guild master? If you are a guild master and you are listening or watching, I want to know your number 1 pet peeve. Now, some of you that are new to the podcast that don't really know me are probably thinking, wow, what a bitch, Belle. No, baby cakes, it's reality. This is real life. This is what it is to be a guild and to run a guild and to have your feelings hurt because people are like, oh, I was in your guild for 2 days and nobody talked to me, so I left your guild. That hurts my feelings, guys. It hurts my feelings.
You're a dreadlord.
We do events. There's calendar events 24/7. We have several different ways of being social and hanging out with each other. We have the guild Facebook group, which is not just about WoW. There's tons of shit going on in that group, all kinds of random. So when people say, oh, I asked some stuff in guild chat and I got ignored. Well, did you private message somebody and you got ignored? Because if you private message one of my officers and they ignored you, they're not an officer. I'm just going to be real
All right,
about
well,
that.
you might as well demote me. Let's go.
You have
Right now.
never ignored anybody via private message, so be quiet. But, like,
I might have been showering or napping.
if you're a guild master, I want you to tell me your most frustrating thing about being a guild master. Tell me what your number one frustrating thing about being a guild master is. If you are a guildie, tell me your most number one realistic frustrating thing. Do not comment on this YouTube channel some bullshit about how you get ignored in guild chat. I want to know what your real big frustration is. And if you are one of those people that's like, nobody talks to me, are you talking to people? Have you messaged somebody to try to be their friend? Have you put in the effort? And if you did and somebody blatantly ignored you, okay, well then you have a valid reason for bitching. I'm just throwing it out there, guys. It's frustrating for people. Because then what happens is I'm yelling at my officers. I'm in the officer group and I'm yelling at them and I'm like, what's going on?
She has an officer meeting about what
Yes,
they do to make
because
this
I
better.
care. When people leave my guild, it matters.
Else.
So when people say the guild is too
I
large,
feel like I'm getting in trouble when we have these meetings. Thanks to you guys.
but when people say the guild is too large, I didn't feel like I fit in and I didn't feel like anybody noticed me. Belle noticed when you left, because when you left, I was yelling at people trying to figure out why you left the guild. Belle notices, right? I notice. I notice things. I'm a noticer.
Mine was my most frustrating thing as a guild leader, because I ran a monstrous guild as well for a while, was I didn't have the officers that took it as serious, I guess.
Right.
Well, like we had a group, a core, and my officers were my friends because I didn't think my guild would grow. It was when being in a higher level guild mattered, when you're first leveling. So we were one of the first level 25 guilds on BlackRock, but I didn't have responsible officers like you have. So you would have some people ask questions and get ruder answers, and then when just wasn't online, it just wasn't being run well. So I know you didn't ask me. You're asking.
No, but
for
I want.
comments,
That's
but
a
mine
good.
Was I didn't have.
So
good
did you
officers.
have people give rude answers?
Yeah, like we had, like there was a lot of help going on, but dude, there was just so many randos. Like we accepted everyone, and we just wanted to be big.
You
I
just
just
wanted that free gold. That's what it was.
Well, that was nice, but I also gave repairs as well. I wanted everyone to just have a home and not have to be forced to do anything. And the guild was like a whatever guild, right? So we did hit 975.
Did you ever yell at people for doing those responses in guild chat? I'm going somewhere with this. That's why I'm asking. Remedy knows exactly where I'm going with this.
My fault. Well, mine just weren't. It wasn't run as well as yours. So like, it's not like I could help.
There wasn't like protocol, and there was like.
Well, yeah, there wasn't really like how do I hold these officers accountable when
you haven't set the bar or precedence for how they should do.
Yeah, and then like one of the officers is just sociably awkward, so I'm just like, well, it's Sam, and that was his name, right? So Sam was just weird.
Sams are assholes. It just is what it is.
He's just weird. He grew up with no TV. I think that's what made him weird. So. You don't need TV to not be weird, but I feel like you're just not introduced to certain things by like social things. So yeah.
Ask me what is my biggest pet peeve sentence in guild chat.
Belle, what is your biggest pet
Remedies,
peeve?
what
Google
is
it.
When somebody asks a question in guild chat and another person responds with Google it. It literally, I have pulled guildies aside and said, listen, I don't know where the fuck you came from or what fucking wagon you fell off. Do not ever tell one of my guildies in chat to fucking Google it. Ever again.
I did that. I did it, but it was someone I knew, so it was different.
I literally, two people in the entirety of writers I was so mad. And one of them knew better.
Was one of your brother?
No, one was not. Dominic knows better. But I literally, well, he better know better. But I literally pulled them aside and said, I don't know who you are, where you came from, but we don't tell my guildies to Google it. If you don't want to answer the question, don't answer the question. Don't ever make my guildie feel bad for asking a question in chat, ever.
That used to happen in my guild, and it is a poor experience as well. Even though that person's right, as far as like most people should be able to just Google it.
Don't say anything.
Not everyone thinks to Google it,
and not everybody is Google savvy when it comes to searching game terms, right?
Yeah.
Not everybody knows what the secret is to putting in some stuff to be able to produce the desired result. Not everybody knows how to do that. And obviously, motherfucker, if I'm asking you in my goddamn guild chat, there is a reason I'm asking. It's not because I don't want to find it out.
I'm not gonna lie. I've typed some random fucking statements or shits for WoW, and it gives me the quest. It puts it together. I'm not going to say it doesn't.
But there are some people that either are older or maybe they're younger and they just don't know how to do it.
The guild. And I get that. I totally understand that.
The second time it happened, somebody told my guildie Velitrius to Google it, and you can tell my guildies a lot of things, but you don't ever tell Velitrius anything other than you're the best guildie we have. Literally, I will stab you in the neck with a knife for being mean to him because I love him to death.
Like a plastic knife?
No, he's the guild grandpa, and somebody told
who he is.
he asked a question about Arms Warrior or something, and somebody told him to Google it, and I was like, I will literally cut your fucking head off. Don't ever say that to him again. So, yes, that is like. Now, to that end, in closing up my guild statement, if you are the husband and wife that did leave the guild, I just wanted to tell you publicly, because I couldn't say anything to you because you guys left the guild and you left the guild group, and I couldn't say anything to you. I never get mad when people leave the guild because I want people to game and I want you to game happy. It sucks that you didn't feel like you found a place. I got to be honest with you, I didn't feel like you made the effort to find your place, and I think that that's okay. That's a choice that you guys make. I love you anyway. You guys are always welcome back to Riders if you feel like you want to put in some effort to be a part of the guild. The guild just doesn't come together. It's a marriage. You gotta make it happen. If people aren't responding to you in chat, then you have to whisper an officer. I have amazing officers. I really do have amazing officers. There's usually an officer on 24/7. The guild
I'm
group,
on from 1 o'clock in the morning till probably 10 a.m. and then I take a nap for 6 hours. Just saying.
Yep. And it happens, guys. This just is what it is. I have a guildie that every week complains that he doesn't get in Mythic runs. We run Mythics 6 days out of the week.
Does their name stem with M and ends with Fala?
No, it's not Mafala. Fuck you, Mafala. I know you're listening. No, we have several guildies that complain every week that they can never get in on a Mythic run. Something you guys should know about Riders. Monday through Saturday, every day of the week, there is a time block set aside for Mythics that an officer takes part in. An officer runs those Mythic dungeons. The officer's job is to rally anybody in the guild that needs Mythic runs. It's bring your own keystone. So if you want to do Mythic pluses, you need to bring your keystones. They will make sure you have a full group. We don't have a full group, they'll plug it for you. They literally will make sure you have a full group. We run these Mythics 6 days out of the week. The reason we started running these Mythics 6 days out of the week is because people were complaining they weren't able to get anybody in chat, because people would say in chat, who wants to run a Mythic? At the time they're asking, people are busy. It's people's $15. I can't make anybody
No, that
respond.
was a good thing to organize the way that,
and
that
it's
you
been
did it.
super successful, yet don't you know someone bitches about it. Someone's like, I can't get in a Mythic. Are you fucking kidding me? I have an officer that runs it every single day. There's a different officer that's in charge of it.
Is this new? Oh.
No.
I forgot to look
Yeah.
at it. I'm not used to like
My calendar doesn't even show this stuff, so I'm just saying.
Your
I don't know if
calendars do
those
show it.
players
Nice
are
try.
like me. I
Nice try.
forgot to like look at a calendar. Like I forgot like
the
when
calendar?
soiled.
What? How can you go and post in the guild group that you're not getting in these Mythic runs, and it's on there? It's your responsibility to message the
My calendar's
person.
empty. Look it. There's nothing.
I
on it.
can't help you with that. That's your problem. But all you have to do is message. It even says, message this
that's
officer
who hosts it.
they're the host. Join it. Go jump and curse. But my point in that is, guys, there's always going to be someone that's going to complain. You can't please everybody, and sometimes the guild you aren't feeling it. Sometimes you just don't meld with the guild. So if you're one of the people that left recently because you just
Sometimes you
didn't
feel
feel
like
like
a
you
nut.
melded,
Sometimes you don't.
find a guild that you meld with, love it, and be happy with that, and that's totally okay. I didn't want anybody to think I was being rude. I'm being honest here, because it is a source of frustration, because I feel like as a GM, no matter what I do, I just can't seem to make
not enough.
everybody happy. It's just not like, what do you
Oh,
want?
you
from me?
won't. It's the same as viewers. It's the same as, even if those two are watching and they'll go, maybe I should have reached out, or they'll just say their personalities.
They'll
aren't
probably
that
be
way
like, fuck
to
that
reach
bitch,
out.
which is
Well,
okay.
or the third option is that as well. So I think just
I agree.
like
Well-
even me, I thought like, oh, I'm on the show. I'm Jimmy Banks. Like everyone will be crawling to do runs with me. It's not the case. I haven't made.
It's not.
I haven't. I know. I'm like I'm. Jimmy
I'm a
Banks.
GM,
Everyone's
and I
gonna
can
wanna run
barely
with me.
people pass me over for people that are higher geared for me all the time when it
Right.
comes to Mythic Pluses, and I'm just
And
like,
I wasn't making an effort, right? So like even when I was feeling like, oh, I don't run with the guild that much or whatever, and then I was like, well, I'm not. I had to look at myself. I'm not making the effort. And then Soiled invited me to the off night raid, and he's like, it's on the calendar. I'm like, there's a calendar, which I just mentioned, and literally, like you said, the entire month is full. I'm like, oh,
Which, if we
I wanna
see a need in somebody, that's the reason we stalk people when they leave, because oftentimes guildies that leave give me really good advice for things I need to fill a need for.
Right.
And the Mythics was something that we needed to fill a need, and we filled it. But yeah, being a guild master, but I want to know from you guild masters out there, I want you to tell me your biggest pet peeve or your biggest issue with being a GM and how you handle that big issue. Now, Small
Ring
little
cats.
PvP segment, and then we're going to move on to the week in WoW. So, I believe we did Rogue already, right? Now
No,
we're talking.
no,
you
you haven't.
didn't.
I'm still here.
You spoke. Yeah, you
Now
spoke about
I was
Rogue.
sick.
You didn't.
We'll put it on the calendar. Check your calendar. Check for a calendar invite. Okay.
February 29th.
Let's talk Demon Hunter counters. Okay?
Ooh.
You're ranged, right? I can't help you if you're melee. I can help you if you're ranged. So, you really, really want to counter Demon Hunters? Don't. Fuck it. Just let them win. Just literally just lay there and just let them just take you. Just kidding, guys. I would never give you that advice. That's bad advice. We never give up. We never surrender. 10 points to anybody who knows what that's from. No? God, you guys suck. Someone on the YouTube will know exactly where it's from. Okay.
Independence Day.
Oh, it's not.
It's this speech that he says. Hello? Google it.
I hate you. Okay. So
I was waiting for him to say it.
now, very similar to the Rogue, but not as similar. The Rogue's a little bit easier to shut down than the Demon Hunter, to be perfectly honest with you, because if anybody's ever been stuck in a Demon Hunter stun, it's way worse than a Rogue stun. You're stuck in a Demon Hunter stun, and not only are you dead, your partner's dead, and the guy behind you who is trying to heal you is dead when you're dealing with the Demon Hunter. So the trick in this is to kite constantly. You do not want to get stuck standing still, which is why I can't help you melee guys. We have to be up close and personal. The trick is to hide, line of sight. I like to plant myself in a nice little bush, right? I go find a little bush somewhere, or I find a little rock. I find some place to go hide when I'm dealing with the Demon Hunter, because for some reason Demon Hunters love Bell. When they see Bell, I don't know what that means. What
That's
is that his
reverse
calendar invite?
efficiency.
When they see Bell, they're like, let's go. So kite, run like a bitch. Literally, just run. Run everywhere. Just stop and pew pew and then just run. Okay, not really like a bitch. I was just kidding. Just, you want to not get caught in their
Keep your
CC
distance.
chain. You want to not get caught in their
You don't
CC
be
chain.
caught outside.
No,
How about
you
that?
don't want to catch anybody outside. You want to keep your distance, and you want to not get caught in their CC chain, because once you're kind of caught, you're kind of screwed, because similar to Rogues, I've died in a CC, back-to-back CC with a Demon Hunter. You also want to utilize any CCs you have. For me, I have my Fear, and then I have my Mortal Coil, which is really great. Those two combinations allow me to be able to Fear, be able to get away, pew back, pew pew pew, pew pew pew, and then Mortal Coil them, and then pew pew pew, and then by then my Fear will be ready and off DR, so that I can at least get a full Fear and Fear them again. You really, really want to stay away from them, but if you are in a situation where you're up close and personal with them, your CCs are going to be your only saving grace. You have to stop. Like, you want to CC them so bad. Like, I take it personal, so I'll literally just, every time it's off DR, I will back-to-back Fear, so much so that I know they're sitting in their house literally just cursing me, my mother, my whole family. They're just pissed off because this Warlock will not stop spam CCing. So that's pretty much the name of the game, is you want to just stay away from them in general. Just hide. Don't put yourself in their visuals. Just, especially for Battlegrounds, you just want to be away from them. Now,
So it's more psychological warfare.
yeah, it really is psychological, and you really just got to piss them off so they stop fucking with you. Literally, and I know that sounds like really shoddy advice, but I've done it in Battlegrounds where I just piss them off, and then they'll just be like, okay, I'm just going to leave this chick alone. Or it makes it worse, and they never leave me alone, and no matter where I'm at, every time I respawn, they find me. Reality, though, for some of us classes, especially when you are me, if you're going up against a Demon Hunter 9 times out of 10, you might as well just get your coffin ready, because you're going to die. Especially if you don't have a buffer. If you don't have another person there helping you. If you're 1v1ing a Demon Hunter, 9 times out of 10, unless you're Gladiator status, or unless you're just really good at countering Demon Hunters, you're going to die. I don't care what anybody says, and everybody's going to be like, oh, I counter Demon Hunters all day long. You're a fucking liar, because you don't. Because Demon Hunters. Now, they have this ability that they go up in the air. When they go up in the air, I don't stop. I'm ranged. I keep pew-pewing. The whole time they're in the air, I'm still pew-pewing, because that's how I roll. When they're up in the air, you might not be able to see them, but you can still see the distance on your spells. Don't stop shooting them. Keep shooting them while you're up there. Give yourself a moment to recharge while they're up there doing whatever weird shit Demon Hunters do when they're flying around. And then when they drop back down, boom, CC their ass. That's what I would do. That's what I've done. So, yeah, keep hitting them. But kite. Just run. Positioning is very key when it comes to Demon Hunters. Now, Demon Hunter DK is a really shitty combination. I'm going to tell you why. Is DK's got that life grip, right? So you're just moseying along, you're kiting away from the Demon Hunter, and then here comes the DK back to pull you back to reality. If you are fighting a Demon Hunter and a DK, just lay down and take it. Just lay down and take it. Just do it.
Not this guy.
I'm just kidding. Don't do it. But Demon Hunters can be countered. They are tricky. They are finicky. But kiting is the key when it comes to Demon Hunters. So kite your little heart out. Kite and CC. Kite, CC, kite, CC. Next week, I'm going to be talking about Death Knight.
Your duel with
Death Knight
Sauce
countering. Yes. That too.
What does
Death Knight countering testing out. I already really know how to counter Death Knights, to be perfectly honest, but I want to see if maybe I could come up with some new ways of being able to counter and kind of theory craft a little bit on that. But I can counter DKs in my sleep, to be perfectly honest.
What is kiting? I have a kite in the garage.
I hate you. You're not even punny. I hate you.
No, seriously. Some people might not
I hate
know
everything
what
about
kiting
him.
is.
Just kidding. I love him. Okay. Week in WoW. Jimma, I know you had an amazing week in WoW.
Jim.
Google it. I had a pretty good week in WoW, JJ, bro. Yeah, like I mentioned, the Mythic Plus, right? I was very excited to get that 10th one down. Now, obviously, it was because of some of the friends that I ran with. They were very skilled, but the item level is getting a little better. I feel a little stronger, and I got 2 more golden traits, or 2 more into my trait, or once it's maxed out. I'm saying that like a noob, but you smell what I'm cooking, kind of, I think. So
Sure
the
do,
weapons,
Dwayne.
right? The weapon's getting stronger, and I'm enjoying more difficult content. I look to hopefully increase Mythic Plus higher next week. Maybe that's a little too crazy or too soon, but I'm excited to see what's in this chest tomorrow, because it's the highest one I've ever completed. Last week was a trinket. So
Create versatility.
I like versatility, though. I'm a healer, right?
Yeah, he does.
God.
That's part of his, thing.
Yeah,
stuff.
versatility. I also I want to keep grinding out. I'm just happy with my friend that's obsessed with grinding out mob souls. He's already maxed out his weapon, but he's now building into fire. So I hope to keep running with him, because I do want to pump more into my DPS weapon. I haven't. But it looks like Windwalker is in an okay place right now.
They're pretty good in PvP, actually, and they're actually quite powerful in PvP, especially for a range class such as myself. I get wrecked quite often.
Yeah, all up in your guts.
It's got to be. It is specific to talent, though. To be perfectly honest, I've seen some really bad Windwalkers, but no, they're quite strong.
Windwalker. I think I'm a bad one, actually. I think I'll always remain heals for PvP and PvE, but the DPS spec would just strictly be for, my world questing, which I'm fine. And I would like to maybe raid as DPS, but seems to be always a need for a healer. So, I just hope to just keep working on my monk. I haven't been messing with alts that much at all. So,
For sure.
Yeah. What about you? Secret sauce. No duels this week, eh?
Oh, no, I was actually in the middle of doing it right now.
Listen, we were sick, okay? I was on my deathbed, and then he got sick, and we were dying together as one. It was very poetic.
We were.
Nice.
Yeah, it was awful. I was such a fucking diva. It was so bad. But
I'm sorry. My husband told me that the day he goes, when I first said I wasn't feeling good, he's all, yay! And then, like, halfway through the week, he was like, you are such a little bitch when you're sick. And I'm like, ugh.
It's
True.
like,
I was. So Week in WoW, like I said, started a show, did Suramar. I'm on the last part of it. Thank God I can be done with that place. Even though I know I'm not, because I'm going to go back in there on my rogue just to get all the leatherworking stuff taken care of, which I don't want to do. Oh, I'm so dreading it. But, yeah, I know. Oh, God. Did a Mythic 12 today, right before the show. Completed that. One chest it, because Hall of Valor 12 is really bad, especially if you don't interrupt the last ad that pops out. But it was fine. And can't really think of anything else. I still need to finish leveling my shaman. That's next after I finish the paladin. But other than that, just looking forward to tomorrow playing a different Blizzard game for like 5 straight hours. Just saying.
Yeah, buddy.
I don't know what that's all about. I don't really care. But I'm excited that you're playing.
It's for a free mount. For
the Heroes of the Storm thing to get the in-game mount for WoW?
Yes. So I will be doing
Free
that.
You have to do
mount
15 games, right? 15 wins?
Yes. Yes. And I do main Lily, another support class, because that's all I really like to play are support classes. But yeah, I know, right?
Heroes
yeah.
is still really hard for me to play.
Just I'll teach you. It's fine.
No, I know how to play it. I used to play League with Dominic, and he was very mean. And because he was very mean and yelled at me for being in the wrong lane, I'm literally lane traumatized.
Okay, so that's why you play with people that aren't your brother.
He was very mean to me. He called me a very bad word. I can't even repeat it. It was so bad. And he was like, I'm sorry, I was in the zone. I just forgot you were my sister. Really?
Called you the Z word, huh?
I played League for a little while. This was a long time ago. He really wanted me to play with him, but League is awful. It's a very toxic community. I don't like it.
It is very toxic. I used to play that a lot.
So do you need people to game with for Heroes to be able to get the WoW mount?
Just to have one friend, yeah.
So if you guys want to, comments on the show, let's get battle tags and go do some Heroes of the Storm stuff. Get 15 wins with a friend and go get your mount in-game.
And it doesn't declare if you have to play against players. So
yeah, it doesn't.
That's what I was going to ask. Is it PvP or is it...
I'm going to PvP because I enjoy the 5v5, but I think you can do with a friend
AI,
and knock out 15 matches that way. So
you just have to win, right? You have to win.
Yeah. You could try it out that way. If it doesn't work, then you're going to have to play against other people. But it's still, as long as you're playing, as long as you're having fun, at the end of the day, you're getting a really cool mount. So
good. And you get the mount in both Heroes of the Storm and World of Warcraft. So, I mean, it's a 2-for-1.
Exactly.
Make it happen.
Well, there are different mounts, but yeah, you get 2 mounts.
That's what I said.
Yeah. She said they're different.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you guys can just Google it to verify it's for sure.
I hate all of you. Rem, not that I don't know what you do every week because you're my gaming buddy, but why don't you tell everybody who doesn't know what you did?
Lots of mythics again, lots of leveling, and I'm about to have 2 more alts at 110.
Dang.
My monk is gonna at 109 because Windwalker is fun, but I can't have melee.
Hots.
Can't do melee.
You can't, or you won't.
The raid team is very melee heavy.
I feel like that's how Belle would ask the question.
Well, it is. That's a very Belle. Look at you channeling your inner Belle.
No. If I'm gonna be writing on something else, it'll be an affliction lock.
How dare you?
Yeah, mythics and leveling. Mythics and leveling.
Sorry, I was killing you in my mind. I had to stabby McStab. Well, I did not know you were leveling the monk. Is that what you level when we're not leveling?
Yeah, I've been, like I said, I've been leveling a bunch of different stuff.
Well, I've been leveling in tandem because me and Rem are leveling druids, and which has been fun. The balanced druid's really fun to play. And
Boom chicken.
Yeah, well, I don't have that. I have the astral form because being a big fat chicken just upsets me. And
astral form just looks way cooler.
And she's got a really pretty transmog, and I really like it.
That can't be true. Sorry to interrupt, but if being a big fat chicken,
I feel like I don't like where this is going at all.
You haven't dueled Secret Sauce.
No, that doesn't make me a big fat chicken. I don't like the boom chickens are cool. Like Rem is obviously a boom chicken and it's cool because I see him running his little fat chicken legs. But I like astral form because it's super pretty, and I actually like the weapon on the back.
So you're saying you're not a big fat chicken?
Not a big fat chicken. But we've been leveling the druids. The druids I think are 105 or 106, not sure, maybe 105. We'll have those leveled hopefully in the next couple days.
Hey, you can get your pet.
Yeah, and then I've been leveling the DK.
Nice.
So it's very. I don't even think the DK is 101. Like I literally just started leveling the DK, and I've done a couple quests. I'm learning how to unholy again because it's been a whole expansion since I've unholied. So. Lots to learn about festering wounds, guys. Festering wounds. They fester.
Spam, consume, spam.
But that's what I've
No
been
matter
doing.
what.
And then I did guild stuff. We had an officer meeting. We're going to be setting up some social events outside of in-game events that we already do each month. We're going to be doing some social events, some stuff in Zoom to be hanging out, drinking, or just random playing Cards Against Humanity. Just random games with the guildies in a non-World of Warcraft capacity so that we just can have more social FaceTime for the cohesiveness of the guild. Because I want to, I want people to feel like they have an avenue to be involved. So that's pretty much what I've been doing. Just leveling with Rem, and Rem is basically in-game bae because he carts me around everywhere because I try to go on my own and he'll be like, why are you going that way? I don't know. I was trying to be independent.
Because this is the way all the cool people go.
I do
I
try
read
to
in
be.
chat, you're like, are we leveling? And he's like, no. And you're like, what? Because I think you had you went to watch a movie or something.
Oh, yeah.
Were you guys going to level something together?
Yeah, because leveling is very fun to me, right? I'm going to level every single alt I have. The reason it's fun for me is because I have my big screen TV. I just put something on, and then me and Rem are on like Zoom or something, and then we just level, and I watch TV, and we make fun of other people because that's our life, right? That's what we do. We just make fun of people.
Sounds like something you guys would do.
Yeah, that we just make fun of people. Not like real people, but like, just people. We just make fun.
Like the old Tarn and Thunder Totem.
Right. We just make fun, and we just crack jokes, and we eat donuts on the weekend because that's totally healthy for your diet. So, yeah.
Exactly what you should do.
Yeah. But
No
guys,
more donuts.
I think we had a fantastic show. I had to redeem myself, which I think is why I talked
Jolly
a lot.
good show.
Because last week I wanted to go to bed. I didn't even want to do the show last week. I was just like,
that was the first hour show ever that I've been a part of.
I was in my whole mind. I'm just thinking I want this to be over. Not because I didn't want to do it. I was just.
No, I think everyone understood. Everyone understood.
I understood.
You had no internet. I felt bad for you, but I was like, I couldn't wait any longer.
I was very irritable because I was sick. I was ready for the show. Like I had all my red on. I had my Deadpool shirt. I had a red hat. I was ready. I plugged.
We waited for like 15 minutes, and I said I cannot stay up past 9. We have to start on time because I have to go to bed. And his internet was just out.
I plugged in one thing into my modem, and it just died. And I was like.
So what did we learn about show day?
Do everything on Sunday.
Oh.
Yeah, like anything I need to do that feels like I have this sense that it's going to blow up my computer, do it on Sunday. Just
yeah, that's what I reboot my router in the morning on show day just to make sure like everything's all.
Yeah, I need to remember to do that because
I do it every morning. I reboot the router so it just it clears up the congestion and just makes it nice and pretty. But guys, we have had a great show. We are going to get on out of here. Thank you.
I heard I missed last week too. I've been getting so much like tells in game.
Yeah,
like, are you going to be on the show? And I'm like,
was really sad.
I got you, homie. Can't say what I want to say, but I got you.
Good to have you back.
It's good. It's good to have you back. We are going to go ahead and get on out of here, guys. I want to thank each and every one of you for listening and watching. If you are new, we love you. If you are old, we love you. If you are in the middle of new and old, we. What is that?
Say welcome. Kind of.
Bizarre, but equally
I love it
important.
backwards or not, but
Follow each of us on Twitter. Tweet to us. Tell us your daily troubles. I also got emails. I will read those emails this week. If you emailed me, I did not forget. I have not ignored you, and I do love you. I will read those emails next week. But we are going to go ahead and get the hell on out of here. See you on another time.
Monday.
Later's on the
next podcast.
Yay.
I don't remember what I was going to say, but it was going to be clever.
Yeah, well, that went out the door.
No, it turns out it's not really clever.
They went very well, those.
Are you wearing a Colts jacket, Jim? Isn't it hot?
Yes, sweater. No sweater. We had beautiful Canadian weather today, but it's still cold.
It was warm this whole week. It's going to be cold. Like, not cold. We don't really get cold here, but...
You do. I was cold at the Grand Canyon. Like, it was just
that's so damn open.
The dam. I see what you did there.
The dam. I did that on the tour, and they were talking about the dam. I'm like, is that the dam we passed? Because I think of the
You would say
National
that.
Lampoon's Vegas.